This is my GoRuck GR1. Now, I bought this bag here somewhere around 2019. I had a Rucker a couple years before that as well. I also now have added a GR2 to my collection, an M23, and a couple CT tactical bags. I love these GoRuck bags, and they've been all over the place with me. Central Asia, Mexico, Europe, and tons of trips here in the States as well. In this video, what I want to do is highlight some accessories, modifications, and hacks that can make these bags a little more functional, versatile, and personalized for your use. I'm also going to share some changes I don't recommend, or at least not for most people. And as always, I'm going to leave links down in the description with all the stuff that I talk about. Most of these will be pretty simple, no-brainer mods. If you want actual sewing work done to your bag, you can always send it back to GoRuck Scars for modifications, such as adding additional Molle, compression straps, grommets, handles, that kind of stuff. You can also just take a bag like this to your local seamstress as well, typically. All right, first things first is zipper pulls. This is both an aesthetic and functional mod. One of the things I like to do is to actually go in and switch out the factory zipper pulls. The stock pulls are fine and some people love them. They're stiff, which makes them easy to grab, but the shrink tubing can be a little slick, and because the paracord is gutted, the knots at the ends are thin, making it pretty easy for your hand to slide off, especially if it's kind of a new zipper or your hands are wet, cold, anything like that. What I like to do is cut off the factory zipper cord and then take paracord in a color of your choice, run it through the zipper loop, and then just tie a simple overhand knot. The larger diameter and knot makes it a lot easier to grip, and not having that stiff tubing makes it a little bit easier to operate them as well. You'd be surprised how much just changing up the color of your zipper pulls can change the look of the bag. Going from a plain black backpack to black with red zipper pulls, for example, gives it a much more custom dialed in feel. I especially like switching out the zipper pulls on this internal compartment of the GR2. I found the stock zipper pulls were so stiff they'd often get caught in the main zipper when I was trying to close the bag up. With these smaller, more flexible zippers, that's not an issue whatsoever. All right, next up is patches. This really isn't a modification, but switching to a more personalized patch makes a big difference too. Yeah, you can do some gaudy tactical patch, but my preference is to switch to something a little bit more subdued. Granted, this bag's got Molle all over it, so you're never going to totally blend in, but swapping out the tactical patch and changing the zipper pulls makes my bag stand out a little bit less and look a little less tactical. Probably one of the best functional upgrades you can make for these GoRuck bags is to invest in some packing cubes. They don't have to be anything super fancy, but having a way to separate your gear is super helpful, especially in the GR1. One of the great things about these bags is this large clamshell opening. It's super versatile. But the downside is there's very little built-in organization. Packing cubes help me tailor the interior for different needs and keep things organized. Now, I've seen some setups with a crazy amount of packing cubes, like the whole interior is just crammed with organizers and packing cubes and pouches and whatever. And if you need that level of organization, honestly, the GoRuck may not be the bag for you. I like to use these packing cubes for bulky items or stuff that I want to keep organized, like clothing, some quick access items, or even some electronics, and then pack around that with the rest of my clothes and gear to really take advantage of the full amount of space. Packing cubes do make it harder to get to your items quickly, and they also take up additional space, so if you're using packing cubes for everything, this really may not be the bag for you. Another tip I'll give you is if you're using a packing cube or organizer for something, but you're not already using these internal divider pockets, you really should be using these pockets before you commit to adding an additional pocket with all the extra bulk, weight, and really just complication you don't need. All right, let's talk about this internal Molle. I want to start with a warning though. Don't overload it with pouches and accessories. The beauty of the GR1 is its simplicity. If you go stacking admin panels and pouches on pouches and a bunch of tactical gear on the inside, you're gonna kill the flow of the bag. It becomes bulky, inefficient, and just kind of a mess. Like I said, if you're using a packing cube or Molle pouch for something, but you have empty existing pockets, then you should probably reconsider. I find that between this front zipper pocket, the two flap pockets, and this slip pocket, I have ample organization without adding a lot of access crap. That said, lately I've been using a Marsupial gear padded pouch. It's only 3.5 ounces, holds my essentials, and has 2 compartments. It has Molle on the back, so you can fully thread it through the GR1's Molle, but my preference is actually just to run it through on the top. That makes it a little bit easier to get out. Even when I take it out, I might just toss it in the bottom of another pack, but it still functions like a nice little organizer pocket. It's also not massive and doesn't cannibalize the large internal volume of the pack like some other larger Molle pouches do. Of course, there are all kinds of options you can use for this internal Molle. If you want more organization, something like a Maxpedition pocket organizer is kind of nice. If you want something with a little bit more volume to it, this Maxpedition zippered pouch is good, and there's a ton of different Molle pouches you can find on Amazon. The main thing is you want something that's not going to get in the way of this flap pocket here. So this is not something that I would recommend. While we're talking about this internal Molle, you can also run some shock cord through it to secure a blanket, towel, change of clothes, whatever. All you've got to do is run that shock cord through and attach a cord lock, and you've got an easy way to strap something up here so it's not sliding down in your pack should you want to. You could do the same thing with parachute cord as well, but my preference is for shock cord. It just makes it a little bit easier to get things tight and secure. Another thing you can use this for is securing a large, heavy load. So if you're doing something with your backpack, such as carrying a secondary ruck plate, so you've already got one in your laptop compartment, but you want to carry a second one here as well, you kind of want a way to really secure that load, make sure it's not going to shift anywhere. You can use this Molle panel for that as well. So here's one option. It's just a piece of webbing with 2 G-hooks on either side. I'm going to route one through here, clip it, and then route one through this other side and clip it as well. Probably my preferred alternative for that is one of these accessory compression straps. You can find these on Amazon. I'll link these for you. Same thing here. You're going to hook the G-hook on either side, but this strap is going to allow you to clip and unclip whatever you've got in here. It's really straightforward in operation. Just going to put my laptop here, secure one strap over it, and then pull tight. And that's going to really keep that load from shifting on me. The G-hooks work the same way. It's just a little bit tougher to get it in and out, but I can slide it up under here, or I can just take one of these G-hooks off to secure that load. I don't like the angle of these buckles quite as much as this additional compression strap, so that would be my suggestion. So moving to some more exterior mods, this is probably one of the easiest but most important mods you can make, and that is an exterior water bottle pocket. So I've been using this Vanquist water bottle pouch on the side Molle on my bag for quite a while. It's a halfway decent alternative to an integrated water bottle pocket, but if GoRuck ever gives us built-in external water bottle pockets, I'm gonna buy that pack immediately. Until then, something like this is the best we've got. It's not perfect, but it works fine. Now, there are lots of companies that make exterior water bottle pockets, but what I like about this one here in particular is that it compacts down pretty small so that it's out of the way, and it's adjustable for different bottle sizes. Just like any Molle accessory, you're just gonna route these Molle straps through this webbing here, and it attaches nicely to the side of the pack. When it's time to actually use this pocket, there's a little bit of Velcro here that closes it up, and as you loosen this elastic cord, it's gonna open up. You can easily store a Nalgene bottle in here, and it's got this adjustable bottom as well, so that you can actually come in here, pull this Velcro up, and move it down, and that's going to elongate the bottom of the pocket for something larger like a deeper Nalgene bottle or even a Nalgene silo or something along those lines. As you can see, this thing fits a Nalgene bottle pretty well. Even though the Nalgene bottle pocket definitely works, I really don't love carrying a Nalgene in it. I like to carry a smaller bottle, something around 20 ounces, makes it a little bit more streamlined with the side of the pack. It's still nowhere near as good as a dedicated bottle pocket that's actually built into the pack. But if you need a water bottle, this is a good way to go. There's some other options out there as well. Some stuff's going to be a little bit bigger, bulkier, but more protective. And then you've got some stuff that's slightly more minimalist as well. On the front of the pack here, so on the shoulder straps, you'll notice you've got this additional Molle webbing. This is really useful for attaching a lot of different accessories. Probably one of the most popular things is going to be some Marsupial water bottle pockets. Those will go right onto this to allow you to carry some water bottles up front. That's really handy if you're doing something like rucking or exercising where you want some quick access hydration. Another option is going to be something like this Zimmer-built strap pouch. This is super simple. It's going to attach via these 2 slick clips here on the top or bottom, as well as this little piece of elastic. All you're going to do here is undo your shoulder strap with this webbing, slide this pocket via this little elastic here onto the strap. That's just going to help to stabilize it. And then you're going to attach it to the webbing via these 2 little slick clips, wherever you want it to be positioned. Now, this isn't a modification that I'm going to use very frequently. I like to keep my bags, especially my EDC and travel packs, pretty simple and minimalistic. But if you need some quick access items, if you're hiking, doing exercise, something like that, this might be a good option for you. Just like with the internal Molle, this exterior Molle can be used in the same way for adding some additional storage via webbing or some compression straps. This is especially handy on something like the GR2 or GR3, which have more Molle, but you can still easily route some shock cord through here to provide somewhere to store a jacket, an extra layer, or really anything else that you want secured onto the outside of your pack. Again, this is just a matter of some shock cord and a quick little cord lock here. And now I've got a quick and easy way to store something on the outside, like this little Grand Trunk collapsible chair. We can also use this external Molle to add a little compression strap down here too. Now, it's not so useful right here on the front, although it could be for certain loads, but my preference is to use our side Molle here and go all the way around the pack. This is really going to help to stabilize the pack as well as to secure any large loads. Now, what I really wish we got was some additional Molle up toward the top of the pack in this region here. CT tactical bags do come with this, and that's a modification. You can have scars add to the bag as well, but that would really help to make these compression straps a little more useful in my opinion. I'm just cinching it tight. That can let me add any additional items to the outside of the pack or to help to compress that load a little bit. But you are limited because it's only the bottom of the pack that has the Molle loops to add these exterior compression straps. Where I really like these attachable compression straps is on something like this CT tactical bag here, because it has this additional external Molle up here up top. Having two straps kind of at either end of the bag gives you a lot of versatility for adding stuff like a skateboard, large bags, tent, sleeping bag, whatever. It really is useful. I haven't quite pulled the trigger on having scars add some upper Molle to my GoRuck bag, but it's something I'm really toying with because of how much use I get out of this feature. A carabiner is probably one of the best and easiest mods you can make for these bags, whether that's for attaching stuff to the exterior of the bag, like an extra pair of shoes, or to attach your bags to things like bathroom stalls, tables. I'll typically keep my carabiner hooked around my Molle webbing down here, should I need it for clipping stuff quickly, and then I can always move it to this top handle. A carabiner in conjunction with our compression strap can also allow us to secure a much larger load. Now this example here is a little ridiculous. I'm gonna connect one backpack to another backpack, but you can really use this same technique to attach any kind of exterior load to your GoRuck bag. I'm just gonna take it through a loop on this, through my grab handle on the GoRuck, and then use that compression strap to go over my load here as well, to really lock it in. I can then just give it a tug, make sure it's good and secure, and it's not gonna go anywhere. One of my most frequently used accessories for my GoRuck bag is an AirTag here. Usually I'm gonna add this in some kind of inconspicuous place to the bag. For me, that's throwing it down here in this slip pocket where it's out of the way and no one's gonna easily come across it. But if I misplace the bag, it's really easy to find. All right, now for some modifications I don't recommend. Number one is the GoRuck hip belt. Good gosh, who thought that was a good idea? If you want a hip belt, buy a pack with a decent hip belt. The way that the GoRuck hip belt attaches to the side Molle of the pack, as well as the lack of any kind of rigid internal frame, really makes the hip belt close to useless. It can be useful for stabilizing a load, or I understand if you're doing something like a GoRuck event, but if you really need a hip belt that's going to hold weight, just go buy a decent bag with a hip belt. If you're using your backpack for EDC or travel, do not get the GoRuck hip belt. Either buy a different pack or pack less. The next accessory I don't really recommend is a sternum strap. Don't crucify me yet. So I think that a sternum strap can be a good addition or a good modification to your bag. If all you're doing is going back and forth to the office, odds are you don't need a sternum strap and it's just gonna flap around and get in the way. If you're rucking or carrying a heavy weight in your bag for long distances, then the sternum strap may be worth it to you or for things like traveling with the larger GoRuck bags. But I think more often than not, a lot of people would be served just fine not having the additional sternum strap. Another modification I don't care for on GoRuck bags is external Molle pockets. I understand if you need a couple little pockets or maybe a side pocket, but there's a reason that the GoRuck slick bags are so popular. Having a bunch of heavy, bulky pouches hanging off the outside of your bag just looks goofy, it doesn't work well, and it just makes you look like a tactical try-hard guy. I would much rather have a bag like this with a slick front, but with side Molle, than I would ever using any kind of front Molle on one of these bags. It really just makes the bag stick out a lot, makes it much heavier, and really just makes it carry not near as well. Even though I've talked about all these mods and accessories, I still urge you to really keep it simple. That's the whole beauty of GoRuck packs, and especially the GR1. Once you start adding pouches, bottle pockets, too many extras, you probably are going to end up with something that's a shadow of what the bag was meant to be. If you're after a bag with all the bells and whistles, then GoRucks probably aren't the bags for you. But if you want something streamlined, versatile, and built for performance and durability, the GoRuck bags really shine. But these small modifications can probably help you get a little bit more out of the bag without compromising its core strengths of simplicity and durability. As always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, whatever, if you have any additional ideas, I'd love to hear from you too. Please leave them in the comments below, and thanks for watching.